Hi, everyone. Look who I have back. I have the very famous
Oh,
Dr. Lena Rodriguez. We enjoy you so much here in the United States. I personally,
oh.
I love your little accent. You have the most clever things that you say. That's what hooks me in for the most part. And then, of course, your readings are on point for sure. So I really enjoy that. But so what have you been up to, hon?
Well, here it's hot. It's 90 degrees,
Mm.
right? So it's just dragging yourself through the heat. We're in the whole opposite end of the world. But I'm a sports pig. That's the other side of my nature.
Oh.
And we've got the Australian Open tennis going on at the moment. So I'm watching a lot of tennis. And it makes me happy because everyone else in the world has to get up at 2 in the morning to watch it instead of us. When the Olympics are on and stuff, we all have to set alarms. And even when we were kids, we were dragged out of bed in our jammies to watch something.
This is true. We forget, when you're on the opposite side of the world, how much you guys have to live a nightlife in order to enjoy what we do here in the United States, pretty much,
Yeah.
while everybody else is
And
sleeping.
Christmas when it was 100 degrees, and we'd have all these Christmas cards with reindeers and stuff. And we'd be
True.
sitting in our swimsuits having dinner.
I could probably make $1 million getting some Christmas cards for Australians, making them.
Yeah. There are a few like Santa on a surfboard and, that stuff. Yeah.
That's true. All right. So we have quite a
So
few.
let's go.
Yeah, let's do that. I know that your video is lagging a little bit, but I can still hear you. So that's good news. I'm trying to see what's going on with that. My thing is looking good. So we'll just have to deal with it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. It might go a bit wobbly, people. We're having a bit of an internet thing.
Yeah, it is what it is. Okay. So first up on deck is, of course, the Russia and Ukraine situation. So let's just give it a brief little look at.
A little look see.
Yeah, a little look see, because the energy just changes, and we're getting updates almost every 15, like an hour, every hour about
Yeah.
what's going on, and I just hope. I know the last update was that the United States gave them a whole bunch of support, a whole bunch of supplies and things like that to help them fight. But Biden is not at this point in time going to send any troops in to help them fight.
No, he sent 8,500 on standby,
This
but
is
I'm sure he doesn't want to deploy them for
he doesn't.
obvious
Yeah,
reasons.
and that's a big
So
thing.
let's have a look at.
Oh, I just shuffled my cards into a whole bunch of upside down. It happens. All right. So
Russia and Ukraine.
what's going on? And I have my situations. My situations are really working really well. It's called situations, and they kind of come
All
up.
right.
Yeah. So I like these cards right now.
Oh. Oh, God, that's weird. I'm getting heaps of pentacles. Why is it all these things end up coming back to money?
Because it takes money to do money.
Yeah. Will I go, Sheila?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Okay, bang on top. Not surprising. Here's the high priestess. So we don't know. Even as psychics, I would venture to say, it's really hard to get a read on what's really going on. We can monitor this and that and the other, but it's real. There's so many secret agendas. I don't think this is one. There's so many that it's really hard to get a grip on it. Now, we have the King of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. So this is my mercenary card. Catch up. I suspect this is Putin and his foot soldiers, but also the money from the oligarchs. because basically Russia's economy is constantly drained by, the 1% that are making fortunes, and the average Russian people aren't seeing much of any of this coin coming through. So it's an investment. This is a financial investment that Putin's making, I think, to protect his own relationship with the people. And this card's the Lovers, and because it's right under the High Priestess, he's beginning to realize he's on borrowed time. This relationship cannot be sustained when people are not getting, work's difficult, jobs are badly paid, people are in real financial strife, and they're starting to resent the blatant affluence that's around them. And so he is trying to pull out the old trusted card. Oh, if we have a war, everyone pulls behind the leader, right?
Right.
It's a tried and true tactic. So he's manipulating madly. The Eight of Pentacles here, the fine print, I think it's literally putting the machinery in place, but it's there. It's almost like a showpiece rather than a war machine. It's a bit like North Korea. Just keep showing your weaponry,
Right.
So he's a bit desperate, I think. I think we're seeing the last year or two of Putin myself. But I think the fact that all eyes are on this might save Ukraine. They're not out of the woods because it has such a complex relationship with Russia. There are so many Russians and Russian sympathizers there that even if there were no troops, they're still vulnerable to things being done from within. But I think the best thing is all the eyes of the world on it. Yes. So we just have to keep monitoring it, basically.
Yep.
But that's what I got. Essentially, Putin's doing this not so much for the conquering of a country as trying to shore up his popularity back home. And that's a gamble.
Yeah. I pretty much I almost got the exact same thing as you did, even though I'm using my situation cards. I got the pause time factor, time factor, and then roller coaster, meaning you're right. We have that roller coaster. We have no idea how it's going to end up. In each turn, there's just so many ups and downs and so many twists and turns on that. However, I did get the pause, and that's the one thing that is really important, I think, in the roller coaster. Is I think all of the twists and turns are giving them pause to react or to get ready or posture, because I have family, which I think this has a lot to do with Ukraine's family, because it says awareness, find out the awareness. Like Ukraine is putting together the troops and putting together all of their stuff and the weapons, and they're getting everything ready. And then we have the awareness, find out, coming to light, watching what Russia is doing, watching how they're doing it, and getting things together. Now, I also have today in crickets, which was really weird to me when I first, but listening to you, it's like today in crickets. I think that once things go silent is when they're going to
make a move of something.
Make a move or something. Yeah, make a move, because Putin desires and he has a love affair with Ukraine. And I have a feeling that has a lot to do with the oil, money. He just wants the land. He could care less about the people, but he wants the resources in that country so badly. And he wants it so bad. So what I want to do is read maybe a little bit more and see if Ukraine comes. How can I put this? How strong is Ukraine going to be able to fight back?
Well, without the cards, the Ukrainian army is a voluntary army.
Yeah, voluntary. Oh, great.
Right. Need we say any more? If Russia goes in, tanks and all, boom, 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 right? Ukraine, you can't compare the two. Will America come to the rescue? Not really. Biden's just talking sanctions and further crap that just punishes Russian people. It's not a well thought out position. Germany isn't going to come because they've got the Russian pipeline.
Right. I just feel bad for Ukraine. They're giving them everything possible to fight them off. And what else can we do?
Well, we could talk. This is what I often come back to with these conflicts. Bring people to the table.
Yeah.
That's what I'd like to see. Because these talks that America has with everyone and everyone else, Ukraine's not even represented.
Yeah.
Russia doesn't talk directly with Ukraine. US doesn't talk directly. I mean, what?
I know. I have that feeling too. It's like, why are we so invested in Ukraine? I think it's just because they're the underdog and they don't want, and also, Russia is just being the bully. And so the United States wants to be, there to help out the underdog at this point.
Well,
and of course, we don't want Russian to have any more resources.
Well, there is that. And also because Trump did so much to undermine the alliance with NATO, Biden's trying to do the right thing and look interested. I really don't think most people are, and it's really sad,
Yeah. All right, so let's move on to the fake electoral certifications. The DOJ just announced that they are formally looking into all of the people who sent forth the fake electoral certification. So you want to do like the people, are they in trouble, or what are they going to find? Let's do what are they going to find?
Yeah, let's just see what turns up. It's in 7 states, I think.
As far as I know, I don't know the exact number, but it sounds about right.
I've got one of my notes here that Giuliani worked in the early days to create the fake electors for 7 states. So he gave it a sort of push at the beginning.
Right. Here in the United States, they're saying that he was pretty much the guy who created it. Like, if you get these people to do that, send them in.
So let's have a look at, I mean, it's jaw-dropping, isn't it?
Yes.
We'll just send in our numbers.
Yes. Well, if their plan went to fruition, it would have worked.
And I say that often, I'm not alone. The only reason America hasn't fallen is because of the inadequacy, the incompetence of the people that are put in these roles that are way above their pay grade.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're looking at the fraudulent numbers for these states. Fraudulent. What's going to happen with this case? It's going ahead now.
Yeah, it is going. The investigation is formally on board. So what are they going to find?
Oh, this is funny.
Go for it if you got it.
Oh, no. Okay. All right. First cab off the rank, the devil card. All the players aligned themselves with the devil by doing this. It was such a flagrant middle finger to democracy. No matter how you look at it, no matter how much you know or don't know about politics, changing the numbers on the day is not part of it, right? I think most people can get that. So they willfully went ahead in alliance, holding hands with the devil. While I was laughing, this is the card. Just find me some votes. Just find me those votes, the evaluation of the harvest. I haven't got enough pentacles. Find me 11,752 more votes.
Yes.
I mean, I just thought that was hilarious, But now they're out in the cold and will no doubt turn on each other because this is already happened. But you just said nothing had happened. I was just the driver, I just put them in the envelope, or I just did this and I just did that, and I didn't know that wasn't the official seal, and
I do.
all that, blaming each other. Legally, I think it's a slam dunk because it's so crude and so stupid, and there's already the phone call we've all heard.
Yeah.
Everything about it is just that this is a legal 101, right? And I think the Queen of Wands symbolically is a judge who will just, I think this will be one of our quicker wins, put it that way.
Yeah, this is almost like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's still a big deal because it's blatant fraud of a federal election, but it couldn't be simpler.
Right.
It's like she's saying, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Well, I don't understand why they sent them in. That was the one thing that I'm like, you guys could have had these on hand and hand delivered them, really, when it was all done and over, but you guys sent them in.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. Well, I got the Fool.
What?
So.
Oh, yeah, right.
I mean,
at its base level.
Yeah, their stupidity is at the most front of most of this, just like all the Instagram photos of the insurrection. You guys know I wasn't there. Yeah, you were. Look, you know what I mean? all of the media posts and the streaming that of all of their crimes or what they're doing. The fools really, I think what they probably thought was if they did get what they wanted on that day, that Trump is not going to punish us. Trump is not going to punish us.
No. What's the problem?
What's the problem? But they're fools. And then I got the Seven of Swords, the scheming, the lying, the cheating, and I too got the Devil. They align themselves with the Devil. They align themselves with all of that. And then the Ace of Wands, they really, 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 really thought that they were going to win. That's the one thing that I think, because Empress, they thought that they were abundant. They thought that they had it had it in the bag. Their plan is going to work, all of that good stuff, because of the Ace of Wands also, where they thought that they just had it in there. And the Fool, of course, is the first one. You fools. Yeah. And so I think the investigation is going to, and I have a little bit more, it's going to be drastic, and they're going to have a grip on what they have done. I think the investigation is going to bring forth a drastic change, drastic information, and they're just going to, hold on to what they're doing and how they did it. So they're going to know exactly. And that's the nice thing about it, is once they get the information and then they know exactly what happened, we can now change things. We can block them. We can, once we know their plan.
Yeah. And I think that's the positive of a lot of this stuff, because the elections were getting very sloppy and dodgy even before Trump. And now I think they'll be much better managed in the future.
I agree. I think
providing people turn up to vote for the midterms.
Yes, we're working on it. Let me tell you, I'm trying to do my best. All platforms I have, go vote.
Yes.
So I'm doing my best. All right. So what we have here is the Ginny Thomas and Clarence Thomas. I know we talked off camera about wanting to do them as a couple. So go ahead and explain the reason why you would want to read them as a couple.
Well, yeah, during the week I read on Ginny Thomas, and I'm sure most of your viewers understand that she's not just conservative. She's not just right-wing. She spreads conspiracy theories. She financed, several aspects of the insurrection. She promoted the insurrection. But here's the thing. I didn't know till this week, thanks to Glenn Kirshner, that SCOTUS judges don't have the same ethics rules as other judges. If he was in a lesser court, he would have to recuse himself because of her activities, but not as a SCOTUS. And so I read on him. So I've read on them separately, and I thought I'd be interested. What's the dynamic between them? What's their future now there's all this scrutiny on the marriage?
I agree. I think, and why, I wonder why it doesn't apply to SCOTUS, that they have to because he should have never been on the panel about all of the information going to the January 6th from Trump, because I'm pretty sure in any of those 700 documents, his wife and him could be very much involved in any and all of that. And there.
Absolutely.
So yeah. Well,
yeah.
he just compromised because if you don't follow the law, as you know, he just compromised anybody below him that has ever been, convicted under him. He just compromised himself.
Yeah. And you see it in his voting record.
Yes.
8-1. He's the one.
Always.
All the time. Yes. So it's not as though he's above it. Mm-hmm. And she does this and then he votes on each issue.
If I was ever convicted by him, I would be putting forth a thing right now. I'm like, oh, he doesn't follow the law.
Yeah, that's
proof.
Totally.
I'm compromised.
All right. So let's go behind the marital walls.
Yep, let's see what's going on there.
Love getting into the dirt.
Yes, the gossip. Oh. I mean, what literally right off the bat is ambition and the chariot for their base of their marriage.
Well, that says everything, doesn't it? Oh. Yeah.
Money.
Yes, exactly.
Money. Again, money.
Oh, yucky
he
poo.
Really enjoys his money. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Oh dear, oh dear. Do they have kids or not?
I really don't know if they have children or not.
I've never heard of any. This is a dynastic marriage. It was from the beginning, it would appear. On top, the emperor, and I don't think it's him. I think it's either her or possibly even, I'm getting her father. I've no idea who he was or is or anything about him, but it's not him. Someone contrived almost for them to meet and marry. It was someone else's plan. Ooh. And there's the 10 of Pentacles, which is why I think that's dynastic money in a family. And I don't know. I think her parents or her father to come up twice like that. Anyway, then it goes on into the darkness, the moon. We will never know what really goes on there. The Hermit, talk about private. They might be hugely kinky as well. Who knows? But there's something weird, seriously weird and dark about their marriage. And then the rest just goes on about money. This is my card of the mercenary, and they both are. And money laundering. I think they might both actually be looked at, because if things go in the direction where her overt behavior, she's front of house, she's not like Rebecca Mercer or something who you never see and you wouldn't know what she did with her money, Right. Ginny Thomas isn't like that. This is out and out money laundering, and I have a feeling they might both be roped into something legal here. But the marriage itself, I'll just stop there. Not mainstream, okay?
No, I also got not mainstream as well. I actually did a Celtic cross on this. And, I've gotten in past readings that he's somewhere in those documents that he has either donated or something along that lines. That's the reason why he didn't want them to go, is because he knows that somewhere he's connected to the money going towards Trump or the Republicans or something along that line.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I definitely read on that. Like I said at the beginning, he has one child.
Okay.
He has one child, spouse, Virginia. He's actually been married a couple of times. I didn't know that either, but he's been married a couple of times. Okay. So I got the Chariot, ambition. Ambition. The reason why they're married is because of their ambitions together, and then money right on top of them. Money. But they have money problems. I mean, the ten of Pentacles is that old money, but but it's money problems also, that money inheritance, that difficulty of getting the, and
it gets messy.
It gets messy, right? Because I have the Six of Pentacles underneath that, giving and the receiving.
I had the Six of Pentacles, too.
It's all about money with them. It's like ambition and money. And so they have this, and then I got the Devil on top of them. They're addicted to each other's, you're right, like the mess. They're addicted to each other somehow. There's some sort of obsession. There's some sort of addiction. There's some sort of something.
Yeah, I think they're massively bonded.
Yes.
It's not a marriage that's drifting over time or something. They've got secrets together.
I agreed. Yes. And there's nothing in here that says love. The only love part I had was Three of Hearts, heartbreak. So that was the only thing close.
No love, no, nothing.
No love whatsoever. I got the King of Pentacles. He makes the money. The Three of Cups, the reunion. I got Ace of Pentacles. I got the Queen of Swords, where I think she's the intelligence behind things. I think she manipulates. I think she's the one that, holds the sword kind of, and gets things done. And that because the Ten of Wands is, working through all of that. And like I said, the last card was the Three of Hearts, which is heartbreak. So it's emotional pain. They're together, and what bonds them is emotional pain.
Yeah. So, look, we read on yucky people all the time.
Yes.
And this is the yuckiest I can remember feeling for ages.
Yeah, they
going into their marriage. Ooh.
Very toxic. Very, very toxic. Now let's just give a few cards on, are they going to be caught together? Like, are they going to be in trouble together?
Yeah, that was my vibe at the end of the marriage, but let's just do a quick throw.
Yeah. Are they going to
Will there be legal repercussions? Because the problem is, of course, is the Dems have so much on their plate. Will they go over a high court judge, even if it's out there? Is there time and energy in the world to take on yet another case? So will they suffer legal consequences or not? Will they actually be legally charged with anything? Will they be charged with anything?
Together, like, are they going to be
together
recognized
as co-conspirators?
There we go. I got the Ace of Wands.
We got there in the end. Co-conspirators. Will they be done?
And the Queen of Swords. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I got Justice, Queen of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles. I got the King of Swords too. Look, there's a really good chance, if you ask me, more than 50-50, and it'll be about the money.
I agree. I got the Ace of Swords was the breakthrough, the truth, the Queen of Swords, her doing. And look at this. This is a perfect card for collaboration.
Yeah, look at that.
Together.
And I got Justice on top.
Yeah. Partnership. I got
partnership.
Yeah, I think you're right. He's definitely connected. He can say all he wants. Oh, that was my wife's idea, but they're going to it wasn't just her idea.
Oh, let us pray.
Yes. Okay, so we have 70 donors for Sinema.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So apparently 70, that's 70 donors, have given Kyrsten Sinema an ultimatum saying, if you don't support some of these really basic things, we will pull all our funding from you. But will it make a difference or not? Because particularly for the newbies like Kyrsten Sinema, who didn't grow up with money and all of that. They only have to be bought off once.
True.
Right. It only needs one coal company or one thing to say, honey, here's 15 mil in your back pocket, regardless of what happens. They're cheap.
Yep.
To buy off, right? Compared with those who come from dynastic families and milk it for 60 years and make money for their grandchildren. She's a newbie.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, so let's have a look.
Okay.
Will Kyrsten Sinema, and she's been censored by her party, will any of it make any difference to how she votes? Is that the question, I think?
Yep, I think that is. Let's see if it changes her behavior and what she does.
At all.
At all.
Will Kyrsten Sinema's behavior change with these three?
Wow, I got a card that I didn't really expect.
What did you get?
The Hermit, soul searching.
Mm.
I think it hurt her feelings.
That's interesting.
I don't think it's going to change.
No, I'm not seeing it. Here I've got the Three of Pentacles, so I think she's already made the deals she's going to make, with her. She doesn't know what's happening. She doesn't know why people voted for her in the first place, and I don't think she knows why she's doing what she's doing. I don't think she actually gets it.
Mm-hmm.
On some level. It's sort of weird, but I don't think she gets it. She's feeling very defensive. She's hiding where the real issue is, whoever is paying her. She's keeping that hidden. I mean, privately paying her, not her public donors. It's becoming a burden to her, and she's a burden to the party. So burden.
Mm-hmm.
But she's now she just hangs out with bad people. So I don't think she's going to change.
Yeah, I actually almost got the almost exact story here, because I got the Hermit, the soul searching, but it came across as how you would punish a child and they just go to the room, fighting mad. They just a hermit. She just kind of goes to her house and gets kind of like it hurt her feelings. But she twists it in her head that she is following her heart and she's trailblazing the way, and she's going to bring strength. They have no idea what her vision is. This is her. And then we have self-imposed problems. She does this to herself, like self-sabotaging, self-preservation. She has I think she's crazy. She thinks she has higher teachings. She thinks she's getting the information that's right. And it's really difficult choices, crossroads.
Yeah, it's weird,
torn
isn't
between two and denial. Torn between and denial. She really is. I came across doing a remote and things, like she was possibly in every card that said that she was possibly like having a love affair with somebody on the other side. Now, think about it this way. If there was somebody on the other side who knows how weak she is, I'll take Ted Cruz, or not Ted Cruz, but Matt Gaetz, who's a manipulator. If he goes and talks to her and all of a sudden she thinks that he likes her, now compromised, and he's like, you're just a trailblazer. She's listening to other people, and she's like, I don't care what they want from me. I'm going to do it my way. She doesn't get the concept. She is there for the people, not for herself.
Yeah, she really doesn't get it.
No. That's what we think, is if she just doesn't get what her job is.
Yeah.
You go back, get the consensus from your state, and you put forth a consensus. Not you. You're a representative, not the person that you get to go into the politics and you get to choose what you want. You're a representative.
This is the thing, Sheila. This is it with so many of them. The majority of serving lawmakers in Australia too. it used to be public service.
Yes.
And now it's like, I'm 24, I can get a job, and then I'm going to make a killing, and then they don't even go through the motions of understanding the role, and voters haven't held them accountable.
True.
This is the other thing. They've got away with it now, I think, for 30 or 40 years of this stuff.
I agree. They just vote him in because it's comfortable. They don't want to change. Oh, he's been there for a while. Okay.
Yeah.
But now they're being exposed. So I'm hopefully that will
yeah. And I think again, this is a global thing. Democracies work by people holding others accountable. That is the whole process.
Yes, very much so. If they would start, because how Matt Gaetz and Marjorie Taylor Greene, they always do this. This is what my constituents want, and that's how they think that. And then they have people back there going, "That's not what we wanted."
Yeah,
but they claim it. Claim it.
Yeah.
Okay. So now let's do the Mueller report. Let's see it. Yeah, go ahead and explain the Mueller report. With the question.
Okay, here's the thing. We had such high hopes for the Mueller report, right? All of us, we waited a long time, and then Bill Barr took it up and used it as toilet paper, right? Like, it was shattering. It was absolutely shattering. But what was in the Mueller report, I genuinely believe, hand on heart, was massively important. And the problem was Mueller, the man, didn't believe in hauling out a sitting president. He trusted the system, that the Attorney General of the United States, when he sees this, will do his job. So it was a cataclysm when it happened. But I think we're underestimating the detail. They were really rigorous teams working for Mueller. He only had the best. And I'm convinced they joined the dots on Russian collusion and all that stuff. And I think we're going to see the benefits of the Mueller report coming forward. I don't think it's just passé. So I'd really like to have a look. What's in it? Is it going to have an impact? Is it going to get swamped with everything else? Or what?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
If there's anything in there that they can bring forward and use as current.
Yeah. What can be used now from the Mueller report? What can be used
unredacted?
Now? Yeah. Eventually we'll see it, and it'll be shocking.
Well, that'll be a perfect segue to Bill Barr too.
Yeah. The Mueller report now. What can we learn from them? My God, I had to keep going. I had to pull quite a few cards because it was telling a story.
Yeah, mine too. Yeah, it definitely. Yeah, go ahead.
There's two times. All right. I was thrilled. Right on top, my card for the USA at its absolute best and shiniest. Everything that it represents, the American dream, was riding on this, right? Then there was the out in the cold and the broken hearts I was talking about, when it went nowhere after all of this, and it was so shattering. And I think Mueller and the immediate ones felt massively defensive. They'd done their jobs, and then it was just thrown away. So I'm sure they wouldn't be sleeping at night still. If you work that intensely for that long on this really important stuff, you don't go, oh, well, they didn't use that report. it's not like a report you or I might write on a Friday afternoon
No.
or something, right? This is a very, very, very big deal. And I think this is speaking to how they're feeling. The frustration of the Mueller team is how I'm reading that card. But here we are in a brand new day and 5 minutes to midnight with American democracy still. Someone has to make a decision. And this could lead us into Bilbao about really coming clean on what it said, because people have to be made aware. This is the Lover's card. So for those learning tarot, this can speak of pacts and treaties, but it's also a pact with the American people that is at stake now. And I think it's on firm ground. And I think we'll end up celebrating the Mueller report. Let us hope, let us pray. What did you get, Dal?
I got from the get-go, how my cards do a back story and then going forward. But
it's funny that, isn't it?
Yeah, defending their company, defending their family, defending the the 10 of cups, satisfying the marriage, the harmony, defending that. And that's the reason why the Mueller report didn't go very far. They had everybody blocking everything they could to keep it from coming forth. And you're right, I have the timeout, and I also have the defeat of it. The timeout. Why did all of that hard work didn't go anywhere, and they felt defeated from all of their hard work. However, going forward, I have the sun and the step into the unknown, the highlight of the unknown. So we are going to really, really get some more information about what was in there. It's almost like they are sick and tired of the secrets, because I have the 2 of cups, which is partnership, and the Lovers, the attraction to the America, the love for it, as in the American people, like, we want to see what that was, because we have the giving and the receiving generosity and what they were all tied up with. The giving and the receiving. So I think that the Mueller report in its finest is going to work even better with the people. And I just saw June and July, actually. I literally just saw June and July,
cool.
That we possibly will start being able to read and know exactly what was in the Mueller report, so that before the midterms, people will get the information. I don't know if it's going to bring about some legal things. Like, my cards didn't say anything about justice or legal, but it's going to make a difference to us.
Yes.
Knowledge.
That's right. Yeah. The American people, it is going to make a difference.
Yeah, it's going to give another shift of wow. So they're working really hard. I just literally saw June or July.
Right.
JUN and July, like maybe before July 4th, in the last part of June, that they're going to. So let's keep a mental capacity on that and see if.
Yeah. Write a little note for yourself.
Exactly. And that's a good segue into Bill Barr and the information that he gave to the January 6th. Now, I read a little bit about this. I kind of want to see what you got. What kind of information he actually handed over to the January 6th Commission.
Yeah.
He's been actually talking to them for a while, according to them. Like, we've already spoken to him. We've spoken to him several times. So he's been in the back burner, the little demon that he's been possibly, because he's smart enough to know how to cover his butt before he got out of there. He's a Gemini. I hate to say this, but Geminis have that intelligence of even manipulation intelligence, right? And so he knew how to cover his butt, but he also gets to now play the other side, knowing that he's not in favor with Trump anyway. So who cares?
Yes.
So let's see what he gave. Let's see
let's see. So what's our actual question? What he talked to the committee about? Yeah.
The information, is it really something substantial and really rock solid what he gave the committee? through his thing.
Bill Barr's testimony. Bill Barr's testimony. Yeah, I think he was really conflicted over giving testimony because he knew he was not going to look good. Even if he's covered his legal butt, everyone knows he's an anti-hero in this story, right?
Yeah.
So the cards are sort of weird in that sense. I'm picking up a bit of fatalism about Bill Barr. It kicks off with waiting for his ship to come in. I think he knows there's some legal repercussions for him, regardless of what happens now. If he steps off the stage after this testimony, his career is dead.
Yes.
He was enough of a career politician stroke lawyer that means something to him. He's not someone who'll just reinvent himself in a small state, and do that. This is really, he feels the end. He was under a lot of pressure from a lot of different directions. Why I think he was reluctant to speak. He knew he had to. It wasn't a question of will I or won't I. It was like, I just don't want to be in my own shoes when I have to do this, because he looks so bad. No matter how he spins it, how he dresses it up, or how he saved the day at the 11th hour, it doesn't matter. He knew he'd have to divulge some really not very nice stuff and reveal in a way how he's responsible to a large extent for the Mueller report was a turning point. Had it come out in a timely fashion and been thing, this is the new leader, which in light of this, I'm thinking is he made Trump the leader. Trump was very vulnerable at that time, could have disappeared off the face of the earth at that time. But Bill Barr, by doing that, made him the leader. And now, in his older years himself as the King of Swords, he's going to be subject to the justice of the King of Swords. I don't think we're talking jail or anything. I'm talking professional humiliation.
Yes, I got the same thing.
But I didn't get information on what he actually divulged. Did you?
No, we may have to go forward. Our cards usually tell us the backstory. They always do.
Yeah, it's true. And I say that to my students all the time. This happens. They say, you can't know that until you know this.
Until you know this. Yeah, we have to explain it before we get a platform that makes the next reading makes sense. It's always
so true. What did you get, babe?
I got the Ace of Cups, which is that new love, that love of being. When he got that job, he loved it. He was all excited about it, and the financial, because he wanted more money. He got the financial, the Five of Pentacles, which he was having a hard time.
Power.
Yes, immense power. Yes. So he was very happy about that because he was starting to go through financial troubles, and I didn't know that, but makes a little bit of sense. I also have the old friends. I'm friends with him. The Five of Swords, but he started being conflicted, just like you said, that confliction started probably early on with him. Yeah. But he went silent on his confliction. Silent. And he just kept along with the message, kept along with whatever they were doing, blowing in the wind, doing whatever they wanted type of thing. Now I also have the timeout and the meditation and the overwhelming and the Fool. The timeout and the meditation and the overwhelming and made it and the Fool. He knew when he left right before Christmas that he probably knew everything that was going to happen that day on January 6th. Yeah. And he probably helped plan it. However, he just couldn't do it anymore. And so he had that timeout. I've got to get out of here. I am not going to be in front. I cannot because what is going to happen is they're going to ask Bill Barr, why aren't you arresting Trump? And he's going to have to answer to that, right? And he's going to answer that. Why are you not arresting these people that who just got into the, insurrection of the Capitol? What are you doing? So he was going to be really held accountable for a lot of stuff, and he left before that. So let's see about, so we had, I apparently know that before we went into the other one. And now let's go and see.
So what did he tell the committee?
Yeah, what did he tell the committee?
Bill Barr, what did you tell the committee that they needed? What did you tell the committee? Oh, I'm hearing intent. Okay. I think he had his come to Jesus moment.
I'm getting the same thing.
And I think he's been forthright with them, because I get this note here, but it starts with the Five of Cups, loss and despair. And I think he realised he would have heard about January 6th. I don't know that he was actually involved, because I think that might have been a bridge too far for him, because it's so physical. It wasn't, buses, organizer, who's speaking when. It's the logistic. I don't think he was at an operational level. And that's when he realised. So as I was shuffling the cards, I heard intent, and I'm thinking, what's intent? One of the hardest things to prove with all these conspiracy charges and everything else, and particularly to the Teflon Don, because he's always separate from everything that gets done for him. He's always separate.
Yep.
How do you prove intent? I think Barr has been able to prove intent. I think that's the biggest thing he brought to the table.
Ooh,
direct communication of saying he said, dit, 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 dit. And maybe with all those other hundreds of witnesses they've got of what happened on what day and everything, it's still always hard to prove the overriding intent. It was a conflict to him, but he saw that the tower was going to crash. So I think that's what he described to them. I think it involved Trump's intent to take everything down. If he couldn't win the election, which he was trying to do with his left hand, if he couldn't do that, that would have been enough. If they'd pulled that off, Trump would have been happy.
Right.
Or knock it down, which is what the insurrection wanted to do. And I think he gave them information on how they were going to just literally take democracy down.
You know what? Do you remember right before he left, he did his own investigation, and he said that he did not find any fraud. So he conflicted with Trump right off the bat. Remember when he did that? So this is going to be his saving grace. He says, and he said it out loud. I conflicted with what they were saying. I found no evidence of fraud. There was no win for Trump. There's no win. Five of Pentacles. It didn't dawn on me that, the Five of Swords, that's what the Five of Pentacles was telling me, the same thing. The Five of Swords is telling me the same thing. There was no evidence. And this was his conflict for that, because then he had to, the Knight of Pentacles, he had to be that patient, slow. And he knew once he announced that there was no fraud, that he needed to get out, and he needed to get out quick. I have the 10 of Wands, where it talks about that responsibility, that martyr. I got to go. Hangman, transition out of there. So telling that story, I looked into it. There was no fraud. They were lying.
Yeah.
I'm the good guy. They were lying. because I
Yeah.
have the Nine of Cups that wishes fulfilled,
Yeah.
the wishes fulfilled. And I have the Seven of Pentacles, that growth, taking stock. He's really pointing himself into a good light, which let's not talk scam, but he's bringing to light the mystery of the whole thing and the romantic proposal of taking over. And he's like, I didn't do it. And he also had the Six of the giving and the receiving and the generosity. So he really is what he's doing is giving as much information as possible to sink Trump. Like you said, he can improve intent. I found out that there was nothing, but he kept on going, and I have the proof that he made me try to say something that I didn't want to say.
Yeah, that probably even within that 24-hour period.
Yep.
Of him saying that. I think it really comes down to that.
Yeah, I have proof that they were trying to, once I said that, boy, I tell you what, this guy threatened me, this, and this, and this. And here you go.
I think he's very unhappy.
Yep, absolutely. All right, my dear. I think we're pretty well to a good that was some pretty good ones. Would you like to throw a card to give everybody a high vibe going out?
Yeah, let's have a universal high five here for the audience to go out on, something to think about for the week.
Yep.
Message from the universe.
Message for the universe, for the world.
For the world, the bigger picture. Love, love, love. Queen of Pentacles. Be kind. Be kind. And as I say, do something kind for someone who doesn't look like you. That is my new mantra.
Yeah.
If everyone did that, it would be all good. So it's looking at your own resources and how they can be shared, how they can best be used to make everyone feel that bit more secure. So be kind. Oh,
that is pretty cool. I pulled a card from one of my decks, my oracles, and it says here, unfounded fear. It says here that we, don't expect the worst, thus creating a self-fulfilling prophecy. That means when we're looking at all of these things, remember that good things come out of even the stuff that looks the worst out of everything. Allowing worry to grow out of proportion to situation makes sleepless nice. So make sure that you refocus your thoughts to the positive side of every situation that comes. So refocus your thoughts and always try to look at the brighter side, and that is truly the energy we need to put out into the universe.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Well, thanks, Sheila. It was great.
Yes, wonderful. I'm going to post this up tomorrow. Actually, somebody just told me about this.
Oh, yeah.
Do you see the light?
Yeah, like eyes.
Turn it a little. Well, maybe eyes.
It looks like owl eyes.
Owl eyes, yeah. I may need to turn it a little so it doesn't look so provocative.
That's very cute.
All right, Lena, thank you so much. Thanks, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day, evening, whatever you are, whenever you're watching this. Thanks, Lena.
Enjoy.